I caught my bosses having an affair, so I started blackmailing them. You never know when an unexpected blessing will drop right into your life, and I could never have guessed that another person's cruelty could have such a great impact on my life. I am 31 years old, and I've been working in the same office for almost 7 years. The staff hasn't changed much, and I've been working with the same team for about 5 years now. Our department is large, and we have about 2 supervisors who manage our team. One of them, Matt, has worked here forever. He's a nice enough guy, a little older. He brings his wife to the office Christmas party every year, and every time I've met her she has come off as a lovely woman. A couple of months ago, we got a new second-in-command supervisor, named Deb. I really liked her personality at first. She got this loud laugh, and she's definitely a beautiful older woman. Since my coworkers and I have all worked together for years, we're all pretty much friends, and I'm happy that we all got along. After Deb started, we spoke often about how much we liked her, and how well she and Matt worked together. They were a great management team, and Deb brought in a lot of fresh new ideas that improved the workplace. Anyway, I thought Matt and Deb were decent people until our last office party. We threw a birthday party for the CEO since he was visiting our office the week of his birthday, and it was held after hours, so it ended up getting pretty wild. Someone had brought in a case of wine, and people were blasting music and dancing in the conference room. I was having a great time watching my one coworker do the worm on the conference table, and I knew we had a box of disposable cameras somewhere, so I thought it would be a great time to grab one. I forgot exactly where they were, so I left the party and started searching random storage closets for the box of cameras. I was on a different floor of the party when I opened one last storage closet door to find something shocking. There was Matt, shirtless with his pants at his ankles, standing right behind a completely naked Deb. All 3 of our jaws dropped, and I slammed the door before anyone could get a word out. I just ran back to the party, excused myself, and rushed home. I was shocked. You never expect to stumble upon something like that, and I knew that Deb was also married. These 2 were obviously awful for betraying their spouses like that, and it was obvious they didn't care since both of their partners were upstairs at the office party. Before this, I had respect for Matt and Deb, but obviously, they had no respect for anyone but each other. I was disgusted by their infidelity and their carelessness, and I had been cheating multiple times in my own life. About an hour after I got home, Matt started blowing up my phone. He just kept calling over and over again, and I eventually just shut off my phone. By the time I went to sleep, I had hatched a plan of revenge against not only Matt but Deb too. I caught my bosses having an affair, so I started blackmailing them. The next day, I walked into work with a pep in my step. Look, even though I liked my job, I wasn't making great money. I had been trying to get a promotion for years, but no matter how much I busted my A, someone else seemed to earn every promotion before me. So I saw my boss's scandal as my golden opportunity. When I got to work, Matt was waiting at my desk, looking sweaty. He asked me to come into my office, and I told him to give me a second. I guess I was just enjoying having something so juicy over him, so I toyed with him a little. When I finally walked into Matt's office, Deb was there waiting. She looked like she had been crying all night, and it was obvious they were only feeling guilty since they had gotten caught. Matt started giving me this whole, passive-aggressive speech, saying that he's human and even he is unprofessional, slip-ups, but he would appropriate it if I used discretion in the workplace. It was so obvious he was asking me to keep her dirty secret, so I gave him a big sarcastic grin before I started talking. I started by thanking him for my promotion, and that I was looking forward to my 200% pay increase. He gave me a confused look at first, then his face twisted into anger as he realized what I was doing. I said, "That sounds good to you, boss? 'Cause you know, I haven't always been the best with discretion. But maybe if I had a pay raise, and got an office of my own, my discretionary skills might improve." It was honestly hilarious, and I wanted to burst out laughing during the conversation, even though it was intense. Deb spoke up at one point and said I wouldn't get away with this. I just looked at her and told her it was up to them if I did. Then I asked them both how their partners are, and wondered out loud how hard it would be to find them on Facebook. After a long silence that Matt spent the entire time drilling holes into me with his eyes, he finally spoke. All he said was that my pay raise would be effective immediately, but he expected me to keep my filthy mouth shut. I made a zipping motion and had to keep myself from skipping out of the office. It's been a couple of weeks since then, and although my coworkers were shocked by my promotion, and Deb and Matt despise me, I'm loving my new office and pay raise, and all I had to do for it was serve some well-deserved karma.